Hi everybody, it's Sandy Smith-Leva. This is another edition of Brain Food for Accounting Leaders. Today we're going to talk about self-care because sometimes you just need to get your balance back and you need to be a little bit selfish so that you can give more to others. It's a little bit counterintuitive there. So you may need self-care. A lot of times in our profession, I call it disembody. If you're always in your head and your profession is something that you do to think and type, you may not be exercising too much. You may be fairly disconnected from your body, not really listening to it. So there may be some things that you can do to kind of get back into your body and get connected again. We also see where, you're so frazzled in midlife that you feel a little bit disconnected with happiness, and you've kind of forgotten what makes you happy because you've been so focused on kids or work or both, or parents that are aging that need care. If you're a caregiver, no matter what, you need a huge amount of self-care because caregiving has got to be the hardest profession on the planet. And if you're burned out in any area of your life, or just if you need an extra perk or a pickup, these self-care activities that I'm going to share with you are just the remedy to help you. So they can be as simple as just singing a song once a day or whistling. My dad was a huge whistler, and I don't know how, but he was always very, very happy. It's probably because he was a World War II veteran, and after he survived that, life there was nothing that could have fazed him. Everything got better from there. If you don't normally take a bath, that might be a treat. You got to have your rubber ducky. I don't know. Maybe that's kind of a 1970s thing. Anyway, just simply dancing. I do this a lot. I listen to Pandora music a lot of times when I'm working, and if I'm writing, I have to have the instrumentals. But if I'm not writing, doing like accounting or something, I can put on the vocals and I can put on some heavier beat, and then if I just have been sitting for hours, I will just get up and just move around a little bit. No one's going to watch, so and I actually have my webcam covered up, so even the government can't watch. All right, so it's a really great stress reliever, and it kind of just gets you back into things. So, and you don't even have to get all dressed up to do it if you just want to dance in your office and shut the door. All right, if there's a sauna in your gym membership, that might be cool. If you end up getting sick, then really get someone to, just get yourself surrounded by friends to help you rather than trying to be a super person. If you don't get sick very often, I'm sure your friends will be very happy to come to your rescue. If you want a massage and need to stick to a budget, then there's always foot or shoulder massages at the health food store or at the mall. So there's ways that you can even get that if you're on a tight budget. If you have access to a swimming pool, you can just play around. I love to dive. I just love to just dive. I could just stay on the bottom of the ocean forever. It's really fun for me. If you like to cook, making a new recipe may be self-care. If not, it may be a real chore. So skip that one if you don't like to cook and don't get energized by it. If you're kind of into your wardrobe, wearing something new might be enough to make you feel a little bit better that day. Sitting on a park bench, this is just mainly about just making time for yourself, whatever activity, and you don't even have to do an activity. You can just sit, if you want to. Sometimes I do that. Just like doing nothing is a good thing. Making a list of what makes you feel good. This will help you get back in touch with what makes you happy if you're a little bit disconnected from that. I have had clients that I've coached that literally don't know what makes them happy anymore. And when I ask them the question, they'd have no idea how to respond. So if you're in that situation, you're not alone. A lot of people get there. But what you want to do to get back is to, for a week, just observe yourself and write down when you laugh. And that will help you get reconnected with what it is that makes you feel good so that you can do it more consciously more often and plan it in your days. All right, so some of you may get into scrapbooks and stuff like that, playing with that. Going back and doing something that you haven't done since you were a kid is major brain stuff. It is really healthy for your brain. It will de-age you. So it will actually make you feel younger if you do stuff that you did when you were a kid, because it actually re-engages those younger neurons. Huge, huge, huge. I actually used to color up until I was 30 because I just had such a tough job. And on Saturday morning, I would just get out, and it was really good. I haven't done that in a while. Maybe I need to do that. All right, taking a break from technology is huge. We see that in the press a lot. Writing in a journal, 3 pages, handwritten, will give you a huge aha. If you just do stream of consciousness writing, you'll get a really big aha at the end of 3 pages. This is also very scientifically proven. There's lots of stuff on writing and therapy. Visit an art and science museum, just visiting culture stuff. Calling a relative you haven't spoken to, that could be stressful. But if it's not, go for it. And then getting deeper with a close friend. And these are just things I've thought of. Make your own list, what really works for you on your own time and making time for it. You may even want to schedule self-care time on your calendar once a week or even a few minutes every day. What is your most cherished non-material possession? I don't know, just thinking about that. Creating a vision board. I do that every year for my business and for my personal life. Hobbies, motivational tapes are always good. All right, so make your own list. Choose one or more self-care items. It's all about, at the end of these activities or non-activities, you should feel like you are wrapped in a blanket. So that's the goal. You want to feel very taken care of and that you've spent time with yourself and that you've nurtured yourself at the end of that. So this is great for your brain and great for rejuvenation. So self-care, try that, and we'll see you next week.